Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt a whisper of a dream that just wouldn't die, even when everything else felt impossible? Have you ever craved a breakthrough, a seismic shift that pulls you out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary? If you're nodding, then you're exactly where I was. Not long ago, my life felt like a faded photograph, dull, uninspired, a perpetual zero on the grand scale of possibility. I was adrift, waiting for something to happen, completely unaware that the power to change everything lay dormant within me. But then, a revelation struck. A set of principles so profound, so utterly life-altering, it didn't just motivate me, it ignited a revolution in my soul. This isn't about fleeting inspiration, it's about a proven blueprint, a master key to unlocking the destiny you were always meant to live. And it all leads back to the timeless wisdom of Napoleon Hill. You might know his name, but what if I told you there's a deeper, more transformative application of his genius that most people completely overlook? Today, I'm not just sharing stories, I'm handing you the exact framework I used to transcend my limitations, to rise from that zero point, and to forge a life that is now truly, magnificently heroic. If you're ready to stop dreaming and start doing, if you're ready to unleash the dormant titan within and finally transform your entire life, then strap in. This is more than a video, this is your call to greatness. All right, future heroes, let's get into the meat of it. If the introduction was your call to greatness, then part 1 is where we begin to forge the very first, and arguably most crucial, piece of your heroic armor, your definite purpose. This isn't just about wishing for something, this is about carving out a crystal clear, burning desire so intense it becomes the North Star guiding your entire journey. Napoleon Hill, in his profound wisdom, didn't just talk about wishes or dreams. He spoke of something far more potent, a burning desire for a definite purpose. Think about it. Most people drift through life like a leaf on the wind, vaguely hoping for success, wealth, or happiness. They might say, I want to be rich, or I want to be happy. But what does that actually mean? How much money? By when? What kind of happiness? Vague desires lead to vague results, or more often, no results at all. Hill understood that the very first step to achieving anything significant is to define exactly what you want with an almost fanatical precision, the power of a white-hot, burning desire. Why burning desire? Because mild interest yields mild results. A casual wish isn't enough to propel you through the inevitable roadblocks and setbacks you'll encounter on your path to greatness. Imagine trying to boil water with a lukewarm flame. It's not going to happen. You need a white-hot intensity, a passion that consumes you and leaves no room for doubt or hesitation. This desire must be so strong that the thought of not achieving it is simply unbearable. Hill observed that every single person who achieved extraordinary success, from Henry Ford to Thomas Edison, didn't just want success, they had an all-consuming, undeniable obsession with their objective. They weren't just thinking about it, they were feeling it, living it, breathing it. This isn't about being irrational, it's about channeling immense emotional energy into a specific outcome. Let's break this down practically. How do you cultivate this burning desire? It starts with honest introspection. What truly sets your soul on fire? What problem do you want to solve? What legacy do you want to leave? Don't censor yourself. This is the incubation chamber where your most ambitious dreams are formed. Write it down. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Say, I will launch a scalable online education platform that helps 10,000 people learn digital marketing by December 31, 2026, generating $500,000 in annual revenue. See the difference? That specificity creates a target, a blueprint for action. Crafting your definite purpose statement. Once you've identified that burning desire, the next critical step is to articulate it into a definite purpose statement. This isn't just a goal, it's a commitment, a mission statement for your life. Hill provided a powerful framework for this, and it involves a precise formula. First, quantify it. Numbers provide clarity. If it's financial, specify the exact amount. If it's a number of people you want to help, specify that number. If it's a specific accomplishment, describe it in measurable terms. Avoid ambiguity at all costs. Second, establish a deadline. A dream without a deadline is just a wish. A deadline injects urgency and forces you to create a plan. This isn't about rigid adherence that leads to discouragement if you miss it slightly, but about providing a target to aim for and a structure for your efforts. If your goal is to launch a new business, when will it be operational? If it's to achieve a certain level of physical fitness, by what date will you hit your target? Third, determine what you are willing to give in return. This is a crucial element that many people overlook. Success is rarely, if ever, handed to you on a silver platter. What effort, time, learning, or sacrifice are you prepared to make? Are you willing to work extra hours? Invest in new skills? Step out of your comfort zone? The universe, or the law of reciprocity, demands an exchange. You can't just take, you must give. Be honest with yourself about this. What is the price of your definite purpose, and are you willing to pay it? Fourth, create a detailed plan for carrying out your desire. And I mean detailed. Don't just think about it. Write down every single step you can conceive of to achieve your goal, even if it feels overwhelming at first. This plan might change, it might evolve, but having an initial roadmap gives you direction and concrete actions to take. Break down your ultimate purpose into smaller, manageable, daily tasks. This is where the grand vision translates into actionable steps. And finally, read this statement aloud, twice daily, once just before going to bed and once after arising in the morning. This is not just a ritual, it's a powerful psychological technique. By consistently exposing your subconscious mind to your definite purpose, you embed it deeply within your being. Your subconscious mind is a powerful engine, and by programming it with your desired outcome, you begin to align your thoughts, actions, and energy towards its realization. It's like planting a seed and watering it consistently, allowing it to take root and grow. This daily affirmation builds unwavering belief and transforms your desire from a mere thought into an absolute conviction. Case study: the 0 to hero moment. Let me share a personal example. My 0 point felt like a constant uphill battle with no peak in sight. I was working a job that drained me, feeling unfulfilled, and seeing my personal finances dwindling. My initial desire was vague. I want to be successful and free. Sounds nice, right? But it was powerless. It wasn't until I truly grasped Hill's concept of a definite purpose that everything shifted. I sat down and forced myself to get brutally specific. My burning desire became, I will build an online platform that empowers 1,000 individuals to achieve financial independence through digital marketing within the next 2 years, generating a stable income of $10,000 per month for myself by March 2026. What was I willing to give in return? I committed to dedicating 3 hours every single evening after my full-time job, waking up 2 hours earlier every day, investing a percentage of my meager savings into online courses, and networking relentlessly. My detailed plan included researching market needs, learning specific technical skills, outlining course modules, setting up a website, and a content marketing strategy, and then, the daily ritual. Every morning, every night, I would read that statement aloud, visualizing myself achieving it, feeling the emotions of success. It felt silly at first, even a little bit delusional. But slowly, something profound began to happen. My focus sharpened. Opportunities one hadn't seen before started appearing. My actions became more deliberate. The initial overwhelm transformed into excited determination. That vague want solidified into an unshakable resolve. It was the first, monumental step from 0 to beginning the journey towards hero. Your turn, the foundation of your empire. This isn't just theory, my friends. This is the bedrock upon which all other successes are built. Without a clearly defined, burning desire for a definite purpose, all other efforts will be scattered and ineffective. It's the engine that drives your entire motivation machine. It's the compass that keeps you pointed in the right direction when storms hit. Your first crucial step on this, from 0 to hero blueprint is to sit down, right now, and begin to articulate your definite purpose. Don't rush it. Let that desire simmer, then let it boil over into a powerful, measurable, and actionable statement. This is where your journey truly begins. Alright, heroes in the making. In part 1, we defined our burning desire, our definite purpose. We articulated exactly what we want and committed to paying the price. But here's the kicker: having a desire, no matter how strong, isn't enough if, deep down, you don't truly believe you can achieve it. This is where part 2 comes in, a critical step that Napoleon Hill championed, forging unshakable belief through the alchemy of faith and autosuggestion. Think about it. We are constantly bombarded by external influences, doubts from well-meaning friends, skepticism from naysayers, the crushing weight of past failures, or even just the news cycle telling us everything is impossible. If we allow these external forces to dictate our internal state, our burning desire will quickly fizzle out. Hill understood that success is an inside job first. He argued that faith is the head chemist of the mind, and when mixed with thought, it transforms your definite purpose into its spiritual equivalent, attracting the necessary forces for its realization. This might sound a bit esoteric, but let's break down the incredibly practical psychology behind it. The power of faith, not blind hope, but deep conviction. When Hill spoke of faith, he wasn't talking about religious dogma, necessarily. He was referring to an unwavering conviction in your ability to achieve your goals, a profound inner knowing that transcends mere hope. It's the absolute certainty that what you desire is not just possible, but inevitable, given your unwavering effort and commitment. This kind of faith isn't born overnight. It's cultivated, nurtured, and strengthened through conscious effort. Our minds are incredibly powerful. They don't differentiate between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This is both our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. If you constantly dwell on failure, fear, or impossibility, your mind will diligently work to make those things your reality. Conversely, if you flood your mind with images, feelings, and thoughts of success, belief, and achievement, your subconscious mind will begin to re-engineer your entire being to align with those outcomes. Autosuggestion, your direct line to the subconscious. This is where the magic weapon of autosuggestion comes into play. Autosuggestion is essentially self-suggestion. It's the process by which you deliberately feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, beliefs, and affirmations related to your definite purpose. It's about consciously choosing the thoughts you allow to take root in your mental garden, rather than letting weeds of doubt and fear proliferate. Remember that definite purpose statement from part 1, the one you read aloud twice daily? That's not just a ritual, it's a foundational act of autosuggestion. You are literally programming your subconscious mind. But we can take this so much further. Here's how to master autosuggestion and build unshakable belief. Emotionalize your affirmations. Don't just parrot words. Feel them. When you read your definite purpose statement, visualize yourself already having achieved it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What emotions are you experiencing? The more emotion you inject into your affirmations, the more powerfully they impact your subconscious. This is why Hill emphasized feeling yourself already in possession of the desired object. Use positive and present tense language. Your subconscious doesn't understand, "I will try," or "I wish I could." It responds to, "I am, I have, I am achieving." Instead of, "I hope to be confident," say, "I am a confident and capable individual." Instead of, "I want to earn $10,000, say, "I am earning $10,000 per month by date." Visualization as a daily practice. This is a cornerstone of belief building. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes each day, ideally after reading your definite purpose statement. Close your eyes and vividly imagine your goal as if it has already happened. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, touch, taste? Who are you with? How does it feel to achieve this? Create a mental movie of your success. This trains your brain to believe it's possible, even probable, and it helps you identify opportunities you might otherwise miss. Many successful athletes use this, visualizing their perfect performance before they even step onto the field. Create a mastermind of your own mind. Hill's concept of the mastermind alliance is powerful, and we'll delve deeper into it in a later part. But for individual belief, you can create a mastermind within your own mind. When facing challenges or doubt, consciously recall inspiring figures, whether historical heroes, successful entrepreneurs, or even mentors you admire. Ask yourself, what would Napoleon Hill do in this situation? How would your hero approach this obstacle? This mental exercise helps shift your perspective and tap into a higher level of problem solving. Affirmations and incantations. Beyond just reading, go beyond simply reading. Write your definite purpose on sticky notes and place them where you'll see them constantly, on your mirror, computer screen, refrigerator. Record yourself speaking your affirmations and listen to them while exercising or commuting. Turn them into powerful incantations you repeat with conviction. The more ways you expose yourself to these positive messages, the deeper they embed the science behind it. Neuroplasticity. This isn't just motivational fluff. Modern neuroscience backs this up with the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. When you repeatedly focus on a specific thought or belief, you literally strengthen the neural pathways associated with that thought. The more you think success, the more your brain is wired for success. The more you believe in your capability, the more your brain seeks evidence and creates opportunities to reinforce that belief. Case study: overcoming imposter syndrome with belief. My own journey from zero was heavily impacted by crippling self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Even after defining my definite purpose, a nagging voice whispered, "Who are you to do this? You're not smart enough, experienced enough, connected enough." This internal sabotage was a much greater enemy than any external obstacle. Recognizing this, I rigorously applied Hill's principles of autosuggestion. I created a daily ritual. Every morning, after reading my definite purpose, would spend 10 minutes visualizing my platform thriving, seeing hundreds of students achieving their goals, hearing their testimonials, and feeling the immense satisfaction and confidence that came with it. I created specific affirmations. I am a capable and influential leader. My ideas attract abundance. I have the wisdom and resilience to overcome any challenge. I even put a picture of my ideal future self, a confident, successful version of me, on my vision board. It felt awkward at first, even a little silly. But consistency is key. Over weeks and months, that nagging voice began to quiet. When doubts arose, I had a mental counter-argument, a pre-programmed belief system to fall back on. My actions started to reflect my internal belief. I spoke with more conviction, took bolder steps, and didn't crumble at the first sign of difficulty. This wasn't magic, it was the systematic reprogramming of my mind, transforming fragile hope into unshakable faith. Your assignment: become the architect of your belief. Your assignment for part 2 is to become the active architect of your own belief system. Don't leave it to chance. Don't let external negativity or past failures dictate your potential. Integrate visualization into your daily routine. Craft powerful affirmations that resonate deeply with your definite purpose. Flood your mind with positive input. Listen to inspiring podcasts. Read uplifting books, and guard your mental environment as fiercely as you guard your physical one. Remember, faith is not a switch you flip, it's a muscle you develop. The more you exercise it through conscious autosuggestion and visualization, the stronger it becomes, until it's an unshakable force propelling you towards your heroic destiny. Fantastic. Glad part 2 resonated. Now, let's build on that foundation of definite purpose and unshakable belief by tackling part 3. Mastering the art of persistence and overcoming the forces of inertia and fear. Part 3. The unyielding hammer of persistence, crushing obstacles and conquering fear. Video opens with a powerful visual montage. A person repeatedly failing but getting back up. A climber struggling but reaching the summit. A runner pushing through exhaustion. The music is determined and empowering. Alright, champions. In part 1, we defined our fiery definite purpose. In part 2, we began forging the unshakable belief to achieve it. But let's be real, the journey from zero to hero isn't a straight line. It's a winding, often treacherous path filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments where every fiber of your being screams, "Give up." This is where part 3 becomes your ultimate weapon, the unyielding hammer of persistence, crushing obstacles and conquering fear. Napoleon Hill was unequivocal about this. Persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. It's the quality that takes a brilliant idea and transforms it into tangible reality. Think of it this way: desire sets the course, belief fuels the engine, but persistence is the relentless drive that keeps the vehicle moving, no matter how rough the terrain or how many times you run out of gas. Without persistence, even the most profound dreams and the strongest beliefs will wither and die under the harsh sun of reality. The enemy within, fear and doubt. Before we talk about crushing obstacles, let's address the true enemy, the internal forces of fear and doubt. These aren't just fleeting emotions, they are potent saboteurs that will whisper lies in your ear, paralyze your actions, and often masquerade as rational caution. Fear of failure. This is perhaps the biggest dream killer. What if it doesn't work? What if I look foolish? This fear keeps millions trapped in mediocrity, never even daring to try. Fear of criticism. What will others say? Will they laugh? This fear stifles innovation and authentic expression. Fear of poverty/loss. The anxiety of losing what little you have, or never acquiring what you desire. Fear of old age, illness, death. While these are realities, allowing them to paralyze your present actions is self-defeating. Fear of the unknown. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. The unknown is where all growth, all progress, and all heroic deeds reside. Hill taught that these fears are often baseless, products of our own imagination, inflated by past negative experiences or the negativity of others. The antidote? Conscious action and the relentless application of persistence. You don't eliminate fear by wishing it away, you eliminate it by acting in spite of it. The 4 steps to developing persistence. Hill's blueprint. Hill himself outlined specific steps to cultivate this essential trait, a definite purpose backed by a burning desire. Revisit Part 1. You cannot persist if you don't know what you're persisting for, or if your motivation is lukewarm. This foundational step is critical. A strong purpose acts as an anchor in the storm. A definite plan, expressed in continuous action. We touched on this in Part 1, and we'll expand on it here. Persistence isn't just trying hard. It's about having a clear, actionable plan and then executing it consistently. It's about taking action every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediately apparent. Consistency compounds over time. Small, persistent actions lead to massive results. A mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, including suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances who may not be sympathetic. This is crucial. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. Negative input is toxic. If someone is constantly telling you your dream is impossible, you need to either limit your exposure to them or learn to filter their words. Your own internal monologue must be the loudest voice. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about safeguarding your mental real estate from destructive tenants. A friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. Foreshadowing mastermind, coming soon. This is where the power of external support comes in. Having people who believe in you, hold you accountable, and lift you up during challenging times is invaluable. Practical strategies for cultivating persistence. Let's get practical. How do you actually do this when you feel like giving up? Embrace the no and the failure. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Every failure is a lesson, not an ending. Reframe setbacks as feedback. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that will not work." That's persistence in action. Don't be afraid to fail fast, learn and adapt, break down your goals. Sometimes the sheer magnitude of our definite purpose can be paralyzing. Break your large goal into smaller, bite-sized tasks. Focus on completing just the next small step. This makes the journey less intimidating and creates a sense of accomplishment that fuels further persistence. The 2-minute rule. If you're procrastinating or feeling unmotivated, commit to working on your task for just 2 minutes. Often, once you start, the momentum builds, and you'll keep going. If not, at least you took a tiny step forward. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every small accomplishment. Did you complete that difficult email? Finish a challenging section of your plan? Give yourself a mental pat on the back. These small celebrations build confidence and reinforce the habit of persistence. Visualize overcoming obstacles. Just as you visualize success, visualize yourself powerfully overcoming the specific obstacles you anticipate. See yourself pushing through resistance, solving problems, and maintaining your resolve. This prepares your mind for the fight. Develop stick-to-itiveness. This is a term Hill used often. It means developing a habit of seeing things through. Start small. Finish a book you started. Complete a small project. Stick to a workout routine for a month. Build the muscle of completion. Case study. The wall of resistance. When I was building my online platform, I hit a massive wall of resistance. After months of working every evening, sacrificing weekends, and pouring what little money I had into it, my initial launch was a dismal failure. Crickets. Zero sales. My definite purpose felt like a childish fantasy. The voice of doubt, the fear of failure, the fear of looking foolish, they screamed at me. Give up. This isn't for you. You're wasting your time and money. It was profoundly discouraging. I distinctly remember sitting at my desk, staring at a blank screen, feeling completely defeated, but then, something clicked. I remembered Hill's words about persistence, about burning desire, about faith. I had invested so much in defining my purpose and building belief. Was I going to let one setback, one failure, erase all of that? I took a deep breath. Instead of dwelling on the failure, I shifted to problem solving. I went back to my data. Why did it fail? What did I miss? I persisted in my research, talking to potential customers, analyzing competitor strategies. I refined my plan, tweaked my messaging, and after weeks of relentless iteration, I relaunched. This time, it wasn't an overnight success, but it was a start. It was traction. It was the result of refusing to be defeated, of applying the unyielding hammer of persistence against the wall of my own doubt and the external resistance. That single act of refusing to give up became the most defining moment on my journey from zero to hero. Your assignment: become unstoppable. Your assignment for part 3 is to commit to becoming unstoppable. Understand that setbacks are not stopping points, they are detours. Fear is a feeling, not a fact. Identify your biggest fears related to your definite purpose and brainstorm specific actions you can take to confront them. Commit to daily consistent action, no matter how small, towards your definite purpose. Build your anti-negative shield. Consciously protect your mind from discouraging influences. Practice bouncing back. When you hit a wall, instead of dwelling, immediately ask, what did I learn? What's the next step? Embrace persistence as your unwavering ally. It is the secret weapon that will transform your definite purpose from a dream into a tangible reality. It is the bridge between desire and destiny. Fantastic. Glad to know part 3 hit the mark. Now, let's move into part 4, a crucial element that distinguishes those who merely dream from those who truly achieve. The power of the Mastermind Alliance. Part 4, the unseen force, harnessing the power of the Mastermind Alliance. Video opens with visuals of diverse groups of people collaborating, brainstorming, or supporting each other. Think a blend of a high-level business meeting, a friendly study group, and a celebratory team huddle. The music is inspiring and collaborative. Alright, future heroes. We've ignited our definite purpose, forged unshakable belief, and armed ourselves with the unyielding hammer of persistence. You're building incredible momentum on your zero to hero journey. But here's a secret that Napoleon Hill considered so potent, he dedicated an entire chapter to it: the unseen force, harnessing the power of the Mastermind Alliance. This isn't just about networking or having a few friends. This is about consciously surrounding yourself with individuals who elevate your thinking, expand your possibilities, and multiply your power. Hill defined the Mastermind Alliance as the coordination of knowledge and effort of 2 or more people, who work toward a definite purpose, in a spirit of harmony. It's about combining intelligences, energies, and resources in a way that creates a third, invisible force, a synergistic power far greater than the sum of its individual parts. Why you can't do it alone. The myth of the lone wolf. Many people believe success is a solitary journey. They try to do everything themselves, guarding their ideas, fearing competition, and internalizing all their struggles. This lone wolf mentality is a recipe for burnout and mediocrity. No truly great achievement in history was the result of a single person working in complete isolation. Think about the moon landing, a seemingly impossible feat that required the coordinated effort of thousands of brilliant minds. Or look at any successful company, movement, or invention. It's always a team, a collective intelligence at work. Hill understood this fundamental truth: your mind, as brilliant as it is, has limitations. But when you connect with other minds who share a common goal, those limitations begin to dissolve. The mastermind provides expanded knowledge and experience. You immediately gain access to the collective wisdom, skills, and past experiences of others, avoiding their mistakes and leveraging their successes. Diverse perspectives. When you hit a roadblock, a different viewpoint can provide the breakthrough you need. Your blind spots become visible through the eyes of others. Accountability and encouragement. In those moments when persistence wanes, your mastermind holds you accountable, pushes you forward, and provides the vital emotional support and encouragement to keep going. Idea generation and refinement. Brainstorming with others sparks new ideas, refines existing ones, and helps you see opportunities you might have missed. Leveraged resources. This could be financial capital, connections, or even just time and effort. A mastermind can open doors you couldn't access alone. Building your personal mastermind alliance. So, how do you build this powerhouse alliance? It's not about gathering random people, it's about strategic selection and intentional cultivation. Define your needs. First, look at your definite purpose. What kind of knowledge, skills, or support do you need to achieve it? Are you lacking in marketing, financial acumen, technical expertise, mentorship? This helps you identify the ideal profiles for your mastermind. Identify potential members. Think about people you know or admire, mentors, individuals who have already achieved what you aspire to. Their wisdom is invaluable. Peers, those on a similar journey, facing similar challenges. They can offer empathy, share strategies, and provide accountability. Complementary skills. Someone with expertise in an area where you're weak, shared values and goals. Most importantly, seek individuals who align with your core values and are genuinely invested in their own growth and success, and thus, yours. The spirit of harmony. This is non-negotiable. A mastermind must operate in a spirit of genuine cooperation, mutual respect, and trust. Egos, jealousy, and competition are poisons. Choose people who are generous with their knowledge, supportive, and truly want to see you win. This means you must also embody these qualities. What can you bring to the table for them? Establish a clear purpose and structure. What is the collective goal of this alliance? While individuals have their own definite purposes, the mastermind should have a shared objective, e.g., mutual support for entrepreneurial growth, collective problem solving. How often will you meet? Weekly? Bi-weekly? Monthly? Consistency is key. What is the agenda for your meetings? This could involve sharing progress, discussing challenges, brainstorming solutions, or holding each other accountable. How will communication flow? E.g., WhatsApp group, Slack channel, dedicated video calls. Start small and grow organically. You don't need a massive group. Even a mastermind of 2 or 3 highly committed individuals can be incredibly powerful. As you grow, your alliance can expand. The key is quality over quantity. The Invisible Advisor and the Collective Intelligence. Hill also spoke about cultivating a mastermind within your own mind, calling upon the invisible advisors, the great minds of history. This is a powerful mental exercise where you imagine consulting with figures like Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Edison, or even Napoleon Hill himself, asking them how they would approach your challenges. This trains your brain to think at a higher level, drawing upon the collective wisdom you've absorbed. But the true mastermind alliance takes this a step further by connecting you with living, breathing intelligences. The synergy that occurs when minds are focused on a common goal in harmony creates a unique energy, a heightened state of collective intelligence that can solve problems and generate ideas far beyond what any single person could accomplish. This is where seemingly impossible breakthroughs become possible. Case study: my mastermind breakthrough. For a long time, I was the lone wolf. I thought asking for help was a sign of weakness. I was trying to build my online platform all by myself, designing my website, writing content, doing all the marketing. It was overwhelming, slow, and frankly, not very good. My turning point came when I reached out to 2 individuals. One, a friend who was a few years ahead of me in digital marketing, and another, a former colleague who had a knack for clear communication and strategy. I humbly explained my definite purpose and my struggles. I offered my skills in return, my technical knowledge, my passion for research. We started meeting bi-weekly. My marketing friend gave me direct, actionable advice on SEO and advertising that saved me months of trial and error. My colleague helped me refine my course content, making it clearer and more impactful. Crucially, they held me accountable. When I felt like quitting, they reminded me of my purpose and my progress. When I celebrated a small win, they cheered me on. The problems that felt insurmountable alone became exciting challenges when tackled by our collective intelligence. What took me weeks to figure out alone, they helped me solve in a single hour. My mastermind wasn't just a support group, it was a catalyst for acceleration, propelling me forward at a speed I could never have achieved on my own. It wasn't about being weak, it was about being strategic and recognizing the immense power in unity. This alliance became a cornerstone of my journey from zero to seeing my platform truly flourish. Your assignment. Forge your alliance. Your assignment for Part 4 is to identify and begin to cultivate your own mastermind alliance. List 1 to 3 people who could potentially be part of your immediate mastermind. Considering their skills, knowledge, and shared values, reach out to them with a clear intention. Explain your definite purpose and how you believe a collaborative alliance could benefit everyone involved. Be prepared to give as much as you receive. A true mastermind is a two-way street of mutual support and contribution. Don't underestimate this step. The mastermind alliance isn't an optional extra, it's an essential component of Hill's blueprint, a vital key to unlocking exponential growth and accelerating your journey from zero to hero. Excellent. I'm glad Part 4 was impactful. Now, let's move into Part 5, the final substantial section, focusing on taking decisive action and continuously learning and adapting. This is where all the previous parts culminate into tangible results. Part 5, the relentless march of action, decisiveness, learning, and adaptation. Video opens with dynamic, fast-paced visuals of people taking action, someone writing intensely, making phone calls, presenting, building, innovating, making quick, confident decisions. The music is energetic, forward-moving, and triumphant. Alright, future heroes, we've arrived at Part 5, the grand culmination of everything we've built so far. We've defined our definite purpose, forged unshakable belief, armed ourselves with unyielding persistence, and amplified our power through the Mastermind Alliance. Now, it's time to put all those pieces into relentless motion. This is the relentless march of action, decisiveness, learning, and adaptation. Napoleon Hill made it clear, all the thinking, planning, and believing in the world are meaningless without decisive, persistent action. Dreams are powerful, but only when coupled with consistent effort do they manifest into reality. Many people get stuck in what we call analysis paralysis, endlessly planning, researching, or perfecting, never actually pulling the trigger. Hill would tell you that fortune favors the bold, and success requires a bias for action. The power of decisiveness, a hallmark of leaders. One of the most striking characteristics Hill observed in successful individuals was their decisiveness. They made decisions quickly and changed them slowly, if at all. Conversely, those who failed often made decisions slowly and changed them quickly. Why is decisiveness so crucial? Momentum. Every decision, even a small one, creates momentum. Indecision, however, is a momentum killer. It breeds stagnation and doubt. Clarity, making a decision, even if it's the wrong one initially, provides clarity. It gives you a starting point, a hypothesis to test. You can always adjust later. Opportunity cost. Every moment spent in indecision is a lost opportunity. While you're hesitating, someone else is taking action and seizing the moment. Confidence. The act of making a decision and sticking to it builds self-confidence. You learn to trust your judgment. Now, decisiveness doesn't mean recklessness. It means being well-informed, thanks to your definite purpose and mastermind input, weighing the options efficiently, and then committing. If you spend too much time worrying about the perfect decision, you'll never make any decision at all. Remember, imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. Action, feedback, adapt, repeat, the cycle of progress. Once you've made a decision, the march of action begins. This isn't a one-time sprint, it's a marathon of consistent effort, punctuated by continuous learning and adaptation. Take massive, consistent action. This is where your detailed plan from Part 1 comes into play. Break your definite purpose down into daily and weekly actionable steps. Then, execute them relentlessly. This means showing up every day, doing the work, even when you don't feel motivated, even when it's hard. Remember persistence from Part 3, this is where it's applied. Seek and embrace feedback. Your actions will generate results, some positive, some negative, some unexpected. This is your feedback loop. Don't ignore it. Actively seek out criticism, analyze your results, and ask your mastermind for honest opinions. Data analysis. What do the numbers tell you? Are your marketing efforts yielding results? Is your product resonating? Customer feedback, the most invaluable source. Are your clients happy? What are their pain points? Self-reflection. What went well? What could have been done better? adapt and iterate. Based on the feedback, be willing to adjust your plan, your approach, or even parts of your definite purpose if necessary. This is crucial. Hill believed in tenacity of purpose, but also in the flexibility of method. Don't be so rigid with your initial plan that you ignore clear evidence it's not working. The ability to pivot, to learn from mistakes, and to innovate on the fly is what separates the long-term winners from those who crash and burn. This is where your learning mindset becomes paramount. Every setback is a lesson, every challenge, an opportunity for growth. Repeat the cycle. Action leads to feedback, which leads to adaptation, which leads to more informed action. This is the continuous loop of progress. This iterative process allows you to refine your strategies, optimize your efforts, and accelerate your results over time. It's not about being perfect from day one, it's about constantly improving. The go-giver mentality in action as you take action. Also remember Hill's emphasis on the go-giver philosophy, often associated with the law of compensation. The more value you provide, the more you contribute, the more you give to others without expectation of immediate return, the more abundance will naturally flow back to you. This isn't charity, it's a strategic way of operating in the world that builds goodwill, attracts opportunities, and solidifies your reputation as a valuable contributor. Your actions should always be aligned with providing value. Case study: the pivot that saved everything early in my journey to launch my online platform. After the initial dismal launch, mentioned in Part 3, my definite purpose was clear, my belief was strong, but my action plan was flawed. I was stubbornly sticking to a marketing strategy that simply wasn't connecting with my audience. I was throwing money at ads that didn't convert, and pouring hours into content nobody was reading. This was a classic case of persistence without adaptation. I was making decisions slowly, paralyzed by the fear of wasting more time and money. My mastermind alliance stepped in. They challenged my assumptions. They provided direct feedback. Your messaging is too technical. You're not speaking to the pain points of your audience. It was a tough pill to swallow. I had to be decisive and pivot. I quickly decided to overhaul my entire content strategy, focusing on storytelling and relatable examples instead of dry facts. I changed my ad copy, targeting a different emotional hook. I started engaging directly in online communities to understand my audience better, giving away free value and insights. These decisive actions, based on candid feedback, felt like a monumental shift. It was risky, but it was necessary. The results weren't immediate, but within weeks, I saw a dramatic increase in engagement, inquiries, and then, finally, sales. That pivot, that willingness to learn from my failure and adapt my actions, was the defining moment that truly set me on the path from zero to seeing consistent, heroic results. It was the relentless march of action, fueled by decisiveness and a willingness to learn and adapt, that transformed my vision into reality. Your assignment: become the executor. Your assignment for Part 5 is to transition from planner to relentless executor, and from recipient of feedback to active adapter. Review your detailed plan from Part 1. Are you taking consistent, daily action on it? If not, identify the blockers and commit to overcoming them. Practice decisiveness in your daily life. Even with small choices, actively seek feedback on your efforts. Ask your mastermind, customers, or trusted advisors for honest input. Be willing to adapt. If something isn't working, don't double down on failure. Learn from it, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. This is where your blueprint comes alive. This is where you transform your vision into your hero reality. Remember where we started? That feeling of being stuck, of unfulfilled potential? That was your zero. But now, you have the map. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. The only thing standing between you and your heroic destiny is the consistent application of these principles. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Your moment is now. Take that first step, then the next, and the next. The world is waiting for your contribution. Your journey from zero to hero isn't just a possibility, it's an inevitable reality if you commit to this blueprint. Now, go out there and make it happen.